Ronin, the fast and agile warrior, a fan favourite of many pilots, but hated by others. And the new contender, Monarch. Is she the new queen of the battlefield? Well, almost as soon as Monarch's reign landed, we the community noticed that this new Titan worked very well to counter Ronin. This video will show you how to go against the current, reverse the flow, and take the sword to the neck of the queen. This is how you use Ronin to kill Monarch. So listen in and buckle up. First, we need to understand what it is that makes Monarch so effective at killing a Ronin, so we can find loopholes to exploit. It comes down to 4 factors that we need to consider. Factor number 1. Ronin's Arcwave cannot slow or stun Monarch if she has a shield. This means that much of the time Arcwave is ineffective apart from its damage. Factor 2. Ronin relies on mobility and positioning, and closing the gap quickly to win a fight. But Monarch has a powerful stun ability in the form of Energy Siphon, taking away this important advantage. Factor 3. Monarch can get her hands on extremely powerful electric smoke, which restricts Ronin's movement and forces him to move away. And factor number 4. The Exo 16 chain gun deals very high sustained damage, meaning Ronin will lose a lot of health closing the gap, and sword block is less effective against sustained damage than against burst damage. So the plan now is to go over some tips about what countering Monarch would look like in a perfect world. Straight off the bat, you do not want to Arcwave into a Monarch if it has a shield. This is a waste of an otherwise very important ability. Try to keep track of when the enemy Monarch uses their Siphon and when they use Rearm. This will better help you choose a moment to make a mad dash in without being slowed and ripped apart by the chain gun. Now, to deal with the smoke, you just have to be highly aware. You cannot simply plunge through smoke, deal enough damage, and then find safety in the execution animation. Even if Monarch is on low health, this may not work. If that smoke is enhanced, it will deal so much damage to you, you will almost always end up worse off and perhaps being executed yourself. Another trick you can use is to phase dash through the enemy smoke and drop your own along the way. This will confuse the Monarch as they begin to take damage, and it'll force them out of their own smoke screen, which now intersects with your own. Now, to deal with that pesky chain gun, you need to observe the reload animation carefully, and make sure you are moving, not blocking, during the downtime when that Monarch is reloading. When she resumes fire, make sure you're in cover and get that sword block up to drain down her clip. Unless she is upgraded, that clip is very small and will empty very quickly, so you'll have another opportunity to strike soon. But alas, Titanfall 2 is a very chaotic game, and in the heat of a fight, everything can get very messy. Additionally, there are always other actors, pilots, bots, titans running interference, so let's look at some real examples of dealing with a Monarch and break them down. In this example, I come up the hill aiming to engage this Legion. But I am surprised by the Monarch coming around the corner. At this point, I see that their shield is down, so I drop the Arcwave and phase dash to the other side. This is an attempt to disorient my foe. The Monarch, however, is able to predict my exit point, so I immediately empty my clip and drop electric smoke. Then, by switching to melee attacks, I am able to knock her around so I do not take too much damage and close out the engagement with half health, which I was pretty happy with given my situation. I also had 2 friendly pilots helping me with their charge rifles, otherwise I may have pulled off and chosen a different engagement. Let's move on to another scenario. I am already doomed and are a few moments away from death. I use my phase dash early to escape this North Star, and I am left with only one asset against this Monarch, the element of surprise. See, I don't want a fair fight. I want to come up behind it and unload all the damage I can in the quickest time possible. Then I drop my electric smoke and raise sword block to protect myself. This tempts the Monarch into going for the kill, so she stays in my smoke for far too long, is forced to eject, and I trade out my almost dead Titan for a rather healthy foe. Now in this final example, I bring to bear something that Monarch cannot counter well at all. She has no powerful core ability that provides a burst of damage every few minutes, so surprising this Monarch with Sword Core triggers almost instant victory. Again, I am not searching for a fair fight with Ronin. I want to be sneaky, devious, and always have the element of surprise if possible. From these examples, there are a number of takeaways that should be able to help you out. Firstly, Ronin is fast and this can be used to move around until you find an opportunity, and then attack them from behind. Secondly, being hyper aggressive and getting in the face of the enemy makes it harder for them to track you and land shots with the chain gun. Thirdly, aggressive use of electric smoke is a great way to zone out your enemy and damage that slower Titan. And finally, remember that Monarch has nothing like your sword core ability, so use it, but still be careful, as you are still vulnerable to that smoke and the stun effect of the energy siphon. I hope all of this can be of some use, so get out there and slice up some Monarchs. Thanks for watching, and if you have any more tips, please let us know in the comments, and please don't forget to hit that like button and give us a sub if you want to see some more from us here at 4FS Gaming.